Good morning, y'all. Hope y'all having a good, peaceful morning. Whether you're at work, home, you're trying to get some housework done, running errands, whatever it is. Hopefully, you're smiling at least. Okay? So, this is basically my first official video on this channel, and I wanted to kind of explain my definition of manifestation and how I do it. Alright? So, I'm going to turn off my boy Rand because that's one thing I do first thing in the morning. I turn on my playlist of music and it just every time it never fails. His name is Ren. Ren makes music. Baby, always he get every time. But so for this video, I did have to take notes because I'm like, this is a subject that's a little difficult to explain, especially for me. I'm not the best with words. My head ain't all the way there, child. I'm not the best with words. Alright, so I did have to take some notes. Don't judge me, okay? So basically, hold on, let me get my notes first. You know what I'm saying? As you can see, this is not, it's a serious channel, but I can't help but to make jokes as well. I can't help it. That's my personality. Alright, so textbook definition of manifestation, right? It's basically an event, action, or object that clearly shows or embodies something such as a theory or even physical objects. That's basically textbook what manifestation is. But before I begin this video, let me say, I'm not sharing this to like change nobody's mind about anything. I'm not here to convince you that anything is real, convince you to do anything, or even guarantee that any of this will work for you. Okay, so let me get that out the way because this is not, I don't want this to be a controversial channel or nothing like that. I want this to be my peace channel, okay? My main channel, we turn up over there. That's what we doing. We cussing and shit over there, you feel me? But over here, I want this to be my peace. Alright, so hopefully it becomes your peace too. You feel me? So basically, manifestation, it's just one of the practices that I personally use for my peace, and I'll do a backstory of me as a person in a separate video, but it's just one of the practices that I use to, have peace, even though I am a Christian, I do practice certain aspects of other religions, like, for example, like Buddhism. Like, I'll go to a like a, what you call it? I don't even know what you call it, honey. And I'll be in there, Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. If it, like, anything that I can find that brings me peace, like I meditate, I pray. Like, baby, if I feel I did something real wrong, I'll even go out here and say 40 Hail Marys. You feel me? So I am a Christian, but I do, for my peace, I take practices from other religions and I practice that. If that makes sense, and Lord knows I hope it do, honey, because not the best with words. I'm telling you that now. But basically, my monitor just cut off. basically. Am I still recording? Okay. See, it's too early. But guess what? I'm still okay. Still smiling. You feel me? But yeah, basically I do these things because my main goal in life, over anything, over success, over money, over anything, is peace. That's all I want. Like, very simple. That's all I want. Peace. Peace. That's it. So, with that being said, as you are learning different methods, come in with a open mind and an open heart. You can be of whatever religion, whatever religion. These are just practices that, I use for peace. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to do this, make sure you come in open mind, open heart. Don't just knock it and be like, oh, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So, but if you are going to come in like that, then really don't bother, because there's no point of watching the video, basically. So, yeah. If it's not for you, like I said, there's many other options you can try, because I got a lot of them, baby. I try. When it comes to my peace, I will try anything. All right. And maybe down the line, I will discuss some of these other methods that I use on this channel too. Who knows? So let's get into it. So you know how they say life is in the power of the tongue? Baby, if they ain't one of the truest sayings I have ever heard in my life, baby, basically, it means, if you don't know what it means that the things that you say or even think, even write down, the things that you put out into the universe, they come back full circle. Whether they're bad, whether they're good, whether they're upon yourself, and Lord, please don't do it upon nobody else, because we're going to talk about that in another video, okay? So for this video, right, I'm gonna keep it simple, and I'm just gonna give you an example of something simple such as peace. All right, just to give you an idea of what I am attempting to say. Okay, so the way I practice, right, manifestation, the way I practice is the night before I go to bed, I always write down a to-do list, right? I write down what I want to do the next day. And when I tell you I write down in detail, I write down wake up at 5:20, get up, turn the light on, brush your teeth, wash your face, get the baby up for school, start breakfast, finish breakfast, pack lunchbox, get baby on the bus, have coffee, go for a walk. That's how my to-do list looks, okay? So that's my step one thing before I go to bed. I do that, right? And before I go to bed, the last thing I'm thinking about on my mind is tomorrow, my to-do list, right? But the way I do it is I imagine that it's tomorrow right now, and I'm doing these things right now. In my head, it's tomorrow, and I'm up. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm getting my son ready for school. I'm cooking breakfast. I'm outside walking. And that's kind of the gist of manifestation. You have to put it into the universe, you know what I'm saying? But for this video, let's say last night, right? Example, last night I said I'm gonna have a peaceful day tomorrow. It's just the example. I'm gonna have a peaceful day tomorrow, right? So what I'll do, write that down. I'm gonna think about my peaceful day when I go to sleep. When I'm falling asleep, I'm imagining my peaceful day, right? So basically, I'm trying to, even though I wrote notes, y'all, it's very hard for me to explain things, especially such as this, you know. But okay, life happens, right? So say you wake up and you're not feeling well. You've done the to-do list. You went to bed and you imagined and you know what I'm saying? You did all of that, right? But you wake up and you're not feeling well the next day. So, okay. But guess what? You still gotta get up. You still gotta brush your teeth, wash your face, cook breakfast, get your son on the bus, right? Even though you're not feeling well, right? You still got those responsibilities to do. So you get that done, and say you kind of lay down. You're not feeling well, you know. So you're thinking, oh man, this didn't work. I'm not gonna have a peaceful day. I don't feel good. So something that would happen, right? You get a package in the mail. You get a package. And for me, my mailbox is a 2-minute walk from my house, honey. So guess what? That walk that I manifested yesterday, that walk's still gonna get done. Because I got to go get the package out the mailbox. Right? And then I'm still not feeling well. So what I'm gonna do? I got the house to myself. I'm about to go cuddle up on the chair. I'm about to get a blanket, snuggle up, put on movies, and look at movies all day. And for me, that's what I consider a peaceful day. Even though I didn't get all of my to-do list done, at the end of the day, I'm not specifically manifesting my to-do list. I'm manifesting peace. Even though I'm not feeling well, I'm at peace because I'm over here watching. I'm laying down on the chair looking at Step Brothers and stupid Tubi movies, honey. I'm at peace. I'm home by myself. I'm relaxed. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of works in that way. Like, and when you're doing this, you gotta pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention to what is happening. You know, pay attention, because if you're looking at the negative things, right? I'm sick, you know, but you still laying up on that couch. you laying down looking at American Horror Story, right? Ain't nobody calling your phone, honey. Like, you know what I'm saying? Peace. And that's what I had manifested. So that would be an example, right? So basically, yeah, like I'm saying, just pay attention to these things, okay? Because it's not about you being sick. It's about, I wanted to have peace today. Now I have peace today. But most people, they'll overlook that, and they're not seeing, can't really explain it. I'm trying, I swear I'm trying my best. But that's how that works, basically, and depending on what you are trying to manifest, it could happen the next day, or it could happen down the line. It just depends. Like I said, just keep your eyes open, and pay attention to your life. Just pay attention, and you'll see. Okay? So, matter of fact, practice that for one day. Practice that and see what happens the next day. And comment, let me know what happened. Or DM me on my Instagram. It's just Lady Blue on SBHLU. I'll just link it in the description. But let me know what happened. Alright, whether it worked, whether it didn't. All about peace over here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but, in the next video, though, we have to talk about energy, because that is a huge factor when it comes to things like this. Alright? Energy. Alright? So that, we'll talk about that like in the next video. Alright, so yeah, I will see y'all soon. Have a good day. You will have a good day. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm gonna put the link to the other channel in the description, because after all this peace, we got to get some laughter in there too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm off topic. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one, man. Have a good day. You will have a good day, like I said. Manifest it into the universe. I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye, y'all.